My business idea is called the Breakfast Courier. It's introducing a new way to enjoy breakfast. The basic idea is to have breakfast delivery servicing the downtown Vancouver area with a focus on using local natural ingredients and sustainable packaging, which is very important to Vancouverites. We value hard work, great food, exceptional customer service, things that I would like as a customer, of course. And our goal is to deliver a unique morning experience with a delicious meal. This company started out of my love of breakfast foods. So, I think anything you pour your heart and soul into, you're going to succeed at. So the problem right now for and the reason why I started this company is the lack of options for healthy and delicious breakfasts, which is the most important meal of the day. And this is especially important for people that are in Vancouver, which it isn't unique to Vancouver, but it is definitely important to understand that those that work in finance start their day at 6:30 in the morning because the market opens at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, while it's already 9:30 in New York City. And having worked as a stockbroker for the past 4 years, it really has been a big problem, and it is a daily struggle. And so the solution is the Breakfast Courier. So what our competitive advantage and our main values are convenience, the use of local and organic ingredients, and competitive pricing. However, I think it's important to know that we're serving very healthy foods for a competitive price, which I think a lot of times can be very expensive. And the goal is to try to appeal to as many of those employees as possible. So the area that we're going to be servicing is the downtown area, which is a 90-block area. It's home to almost 700 commercial properties, over 8,000 businesses, almost 200,000 employees, and 80,000 residents. And I've highlighted on the slide that it's the percentage of income spent on food at 12%. The average American only spends 6.4% on food, which means the Vancouverite likes to eat out, likes to buy food, likes the convenience of not having to cook, making it better, of course, for someone trying to enter the food sector. It's also a good area to start a business because the number of employment for businesses is only increasing. There are new office towers going up, and it's grown by about 25% over the last 5 years. So there is a threat of entry of new rivals because, barring that it becomes successful, other people might want to copy the idea, and consumer preference can change. Maybe, although I don't see it happening, they might suddenly decide that it's not that important to be so healthy, or eat pesticide-free foods. And then supplier price fluctuations is important to note because sometimes there's a shortage of tomatoes, and our recipe calls for tomatoes, and so that increases our margins a little bit. So finding various suppliers is important for us, which we already have, which I'll discuss later on in the presentation. And then the internet and e-commerce aspect is important because our customers will be ordering online or through a mobile app, and with the times changing and it constantly getting better to be even more convenient for our customers, it's important for us to invest in the latest technology to stay ahead of the game. And of course, there are entry costs that we will be discussing. So our main competitors, I would say, are McDonald's, Tim Hortons, A&W, Artigiano's, Starbucks. Those are all our competitors in the sense that they have breakfast food and they open early enough in the morning. But none of them offer that really fresh, healthy, warm, convenient breakfast in the morning. And then there are also the food court, which we need to consider with smaller establishments, and convenience stores, since convenience stores now sell, a wide range of things. Our 4 keys to success is branding, location, speed, and efficiency. Branding, we want people to talk about the Breakfast Courier. We want them to know we're called the Breakfast Courier. And it's important to attach a certain something memorable and recognizable to the Breakfast Courier's customers, so that they know that when they hear the Breakfast Courier, they're getting good food, great service, and maybe an easy slogan to remember can also help with the branding aspect. As for location, we do have a commercial kitchen located in the heart of downtown Vancouver, in an office tower, and this particular office tower is also connected via underground tunnel to 4 other office towers, making it extremely convenient. The location is important because it leads to faster service, which is the third thing, speed. And efficiency is crucial to almost all industries, but especially for a small business like this, since every dollar spent unnecessarily on operations is a dollar subtracted from profits. So the target market, again, is the employee base and the residents. There is a rising demand in this because the main industry is finance, and the financial sector is only growing. In Vancouver, it is still on the up. There are new banks that are trying to get into the downtown Vancouver core to have an office building there, international banks. And with that being said, there's going to be more people going to work really early in the morning, leading to more people requiring a breakfast delivery. And the market is trending, once again, towards natural, organic, local produce, and also to fair trade products, which are also values that are very important to me. And we'll also be offering vegan, gluten-free, and soy-free menu and dining options as for people with dietary restrictions. The competition, I wouldn't say there's anyone that is exactly like us, so there's no exact competition like us yet, but the Breakfast Courier's competition would mainly be food providers such as Starbucks, Tim Hortons, Artigiano, Mario's, and I would say that our greatest advantage over our competition is the convenience factor. So increased convenience leads to more efficiency in the office, because you don't have to leave your desk, miss phone calls, miss orders, or delay orders getting in, and it means maybe an extra couple minutes of sleeping in the morning so you don't have to get up early to make breakfast. And like our higher food quality, the importance of organic and natural products to us, and the importance of supporting our local farmers, and our competitive pricing, and our detailed-oriented service. As I have been working in the service sector, I understand how important service is. So the barriers to entry are mainly the very high overhead costs. It is expensive to get equipment. It is expensive to set up a commercial kitchen, to get a license for it, all of which we already have due to the commercial kitchen that is already licensed in the building. There's no monetary switching costs involved for our customers to switch in and out, which is probably one of our biggest factors to consider. But the threat of substitution is, although strong, it's once again important to note that currently it is a unique service and it is expensive to set up. And the threat of new entrants I put as moderate, because although there are high costs, other food providers can start a very similar service by offering delivery. Strategic position and risk assessment. Well, our positioning is to have delicious and healthy breakfast options. And our biggest selling point is the convenience and the need, which is, again, working at 6 in the morning, it becomes a necessity and it's not even a want anymore. And our other selling point is our environmental consciousness by using locally sourced natural products and using. So our strategic position, the biggest threat is existing food providers beginning a delivery program and new entrants with similar objectives. And our advantage is our exceptional baked goods and improved efficiency and productivity from the past experience I have from working in the food industry. As for technology, we have a website that is that will be mobile viewing friendly, and we do have up-to-date kitchen equipment. Social responsibility and sustainability, we use only the best produce. If I'm not going to eat it, I'm not going to serve it. We want to support local farmers, and it's important that we're fair and honest about what we're serving. As for marketing plan and sales strategy, we will be using all of the social media, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, all of that. We will have our own website. Of course, we take phone calls, but we'll also be partnering up with eService. eService is like a concierge service that is provided to a lot of the buildings, a lot of the office towers, and by using their website, a lot of the employees use the website to look for tickets, look for dining options, and all that are in the area. So that's, I think, a great partnership for us. And then as for the Alzheimer's Society aspect of it, it is an important cause to me, and so as a result, what I'm going to do is there's going to be a grandma's favorite item, and I was inspired to learn to cook and to really cook and become good at it because of my grandma. She taught me everything I know about cooking. So I'd like to have one item on the menu that's a rotating item every month. It's going to be grandma's recipe, and a part of the proceeds will go towards the Alzheimer's Society. And I think it's really important for us to give back and give back to our community for a cause that's important to you. We'll be operating out of 609 Granville Street, which is an office tower within a 5-block radius. It's the Western Region headquartered to the big 5 banks in Canada. It is a great location to be in. As for facilities, it is a commercial-grade kitchen with all the appliances we need, as well as a mixer and blender all in there already. Logistics and personnel, I will discuss the people who will be on our team in the next slide. And our suppliers, I have great relationships with local suppliers of organic foods in and around the greater Vancouver area. I'm the president and part owner of the business, and I've also been trained with Thomas Haas, which is a world-renowned pastry chef. So we'll have great baked goods. I have Mark Hansford, who is my part owner, my business partner, and he brings over 15 years of experience with launching startups and managing finances to the business. And I also have 2 consultants, Belinda and Stephen, who are both very experienced in the food industry. Of course, the long-term plan is to steadily grow the business. I do believe that slow and steady wins the race, and in the future I would love to expand to other metropolitan areas. The total amount that we'll need at startup is $130,000, which between me and Mark have already raised, and our gross profit margin is 75%. Usually the food industry aims for 20% food costs, but we're giving ourselves the extra 5% just so we have wiggle room, and also to do with our higher costs due to the organic and natural products that we will be using, as well as the more green packaging. Thank you for your time, and please do not hesitate to ask me any questions you may have. I would love to answer them.